everyone. My name is Kevin Horrigan, President and CEO of Bayshore Solutions. We're here to talk about digital transformation and one of the experiences I had with one of my customers, Aspire Financial Services. And I look forward to sharing with you some of the learning lessons and then certainly most definitely the results they had in their digital transformation journey. So a little bit about the agenda today. I'll introduce myself and our company, Bayshore Solutions. I think I'll talk a little bit about just what the definition of digital transformation is. It seems to be a phrase that I think many people have different interpretations, and I'll share a little bit about some governing bodies may call what digital transformation is, and maybe a couple examples of what we've seen in digital transformation. But then most importantly, I'll talk about the journey that Aspire Financial Solutions had with Bayshore Solutions and Progress Sitefinity and how it completely transformed their business. And then lastly, I'll share the results. And it's a great case study and a huge success. And I look forward to sharing this agenda with you today. So a little bit about who's Bayshore Solutions. So Bayshore's about 60 employees. We're headquartered out of Tampa Bay, Florida, with 45 employees there. We have another 15 employees in Denver, Colorado. We've been doing this for a long time. We got started in January of 1996. Back then, America Online was on version 1. So we've been very early on into this industry, 24 and a half years of designing and developing websites and providing digital marketing services as well. And we call ourselves an end-to-end digital agency. And what we mean by end-to-end is we have folks that work from the strategy side, the content side, the web design side, a significant web development team. We manage and maintain about 2,100 domains in our data center. And then we have the full suite of digital marketing services around organic search engine optimization, paid search management, social media management, email marketing, CRM. And most of our clients use our full end-to-end services that we got to strategize, design, develop, and take to market their website. And one of the ones we're going to talk about today is Aspire Financial Solutions and how they leveraged our end-to-end digital services and ended up having a great digital transformation story. We've been very fortunate as an agency. We've been recognized as being some of the best in the best. For 14 years in a row, Bayshore Solutions has been known as one of the top 100 digital agencies by Advertising Age magazine. For 9 years in a row, we were recognized as one of the top 100 businesses by the United States Chamber of Commerce. And over the last 5 years, we've won more than 300 industry awards with our clients. So we've had a great track record partnering with companies, being their end-to-end agency, and not only having great results, but being recognized as being some of the best as well. And a lot of what we do, we call it business storytelling. We talk to our clients. We find out what made them hire them, why they stay with them. And we help design and develop websites that tell that story, that make them unique, that transform them into helping them grow their business. But also we do a lot of the web development technology implications, not just marketing their website, but maybe changing how their company operates in a more digital frequent landscape today. And that's what we're going to talk about with Aspire Financial Solutions. Not only do we design and develop a great website and do some great marketing that generated a lot of new business, we transform their business with some custom technology. Not only change their business, but we change their industry as well. And so that's a little bit about Bayshore Solutions. And a little bit about me. I'm President and CEO of Bayshore Solutions. I founded this company 24 and a half years ago. We're a pretty rare agency. We're one of the only companies that survived the dot-com bubble burst. In 1996, I started the company with 3 employees. In 1998, I had 30. In 1995, I had 225 employees. And then I celebrated January of 2002 with just 11. And I call myself a dot-com survivor. Only 2% of the agencies that were in that space at that time are still in business today. So gained a lot of experience going through some ebbs and flows of our industry, but very, very proud that we survived and thrived. And there's an old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I certainly feel like I learned quite a bit in all of that, but it helps me help my clients too, who are going through some industry transformations of their own and how to navigate things and share some of our experiences to see if it can help them navigate some of their own experiences. And so what is digital transformation? It's funny that I'm hosting this presentation today with Progress Sitefinity, because the first time I think I ever had these two words put together, digital and transformation, was actually at a Sitefinity conference 6 or 7 years ago. And the morning of the conference, it was in Las Vegas. And that morning I flew from Florida to Las Vegas the morning the conference started, and got there about 9 o'clock into the airport, and got to the hotel where the conference was about 9:30. And the keynote started that morning at 9 o'clock, and everybody was in the keynote address. And I'm walking into the lobby and standing outside the doors to the keynote, and there's nobody else out there but two ladies with a microphone and a camera. And they asked who I was, and I shared that I was a Sitefinity partner and arrived a little bit late, and was concerned about walking in the middle of the keynote, or maybe just waiting until it took a break. And they asked me if I would mind having a couple questions asked on camera, and I said sure. And so the very first question they asked me, point blank, out of the blue, no warning, they said, "Can you tell us what digital transformation is?" And again, this goes back 6 or 7 years ago, but I don't think I'd ever been asked that question before. I don't 100% remember my answer. But since that time, the phrase digital transformation continues to get raised and discussed, but I don't find anybody ever sharing the same version of what they think digital transformation is. So I thought I'd share with you some information. So of course you Google it, and what do you see? It comes up first. Of course, it's Wikipedia. So what does Wikipedia say that digital transformation is? It's the use of new and fast and frequently changing digital technology to solve problems, often using cloud computing, reducing reliance on user-owned hardware, but increasing reliance on subscription-based cloud services. Some of these digital solutions include Microsoft Office 365, Google Docs, things like that. That's what Wikipedia says. And when we talk a little bit about Aspire Financial Solutions today, their transformation was becoming a subscription cloud-based service. And so we'll see what Wikipedia defined it as part of what Aspire's digital transformation was. But then I look at Salesforce. What does Salesforce say digital transformation is? It's the process of using digital technologies to create new or modify an existing business culture, processes, and customer experiences to meet changing businesses and the market requirements. This is reimagining of business in the digital age is called digital transformation. And it says, a lot of it transitions roles. People's jobs change, whether you're in sales, marketing, customer service. Digital transformation ends and starts with how you engage and chat with the customer. And as we talk about Aspire today too, we're going to talk about how their digital transformation journey really did change things from sales and customer service and made it so much more effective. And then the last one I took a definition from was CIO Magazine. And CIO Magazine says digital transformation is the foundational change in how an organization delivers value to its clients. It's a radical rethink of how an organization uses technology, people, and processes to fundamentally change business performance. It's usually led by the CEO, requiring cross-departmental collaboration and pairing business-focused philosophies with rapid application development models. And how is this being done? CIOs are aligning with key executives, making sweeping organizational changes, reskilling employees, and setting up innovation labs, and experimenting with technologies to meet strategic mandated issues by their CEOs and their boards. And the last thing I'll share, how this relates to Aspire Financial, is this absolutely was led by their board of directors and their CEO. It was a digital transformation cooked at that level and then practiced down with their technology team, their marketing team, and my team, Bayshore Solutions. But all three of these definitions have a flavor of what digital transformation meant to Aspire Financial Services, but each one had a different element to it. And so as we talk about Aspire Financial Services, I'll come back to some of these definitions here. Is I think we can check the box that every one of these definitions were part of Aspire Financial Services digital transformation. So digital transformation in action, just 3 quick examples to just see how much this has transformed. So you think about how we used to travel, whether it be a business travel or it would be vacation travel. There used to be the travel agency, and now certainly we have all these online travel services. Or very close to Aspire Financial Services, how we manage our investments. This is right up the alley of what Aspire Financial Services did, and we'll share more about that. But it's how investments were managed. And then lastly, another one is we sure remember these days and having to go down the street to go get a video to watch, and now the silver screens at our fingertips. And so just some examples of digital transformation and how It's really revolutionized it's crippled some, but created opportunity for others. And so those are some real examples of what digital transformation is. And now I'm going to tell a little bit more specifically about what the Aspire Financial Services digital transformation journey is or was. So first of all, about Aspire Financial Services. Aspire Financial Services provides online state-of-the-art online retirement planning systems that connects the advisors to the third-party clients and gives a portal opportunity for the investor and their advisors and the utilities that the advisors needed to be able to manage those investments. Aspire Financial Solutions came to Bayshore Solutions to transform not only their company, but also their industry. And this came about, we'll talk a little bit about CIO Magazine said this is often fueled by the CEO or the board. In Aspire Financial Services case, they had just taken on a venture capital partner. And that venture capital partner was putting the capital in place to make an investment for the digital transformation. So this is where it came really from the board level to try this digital transformation. And the board funded an idea on how Aspire could change who they were and how they serve their customers and how they go to market in a completely new all digital way, and gambled that the investment that they were making, they would be able to grow significantly and then try to exit that business 3 to 5 years later. And again, according to CIO Magazine, that's one way digital transformation takes place, and absolutely the vision that took place here. So what Aspire does is they cater to really small financial services firms or independent wealth management advisors, independent advisors who didn't have the technologies, the tools to compete with the large firms, the big boys, so to speak. And so while they maybe were the ones that the investor wanted to deal with, they often were challenged by being efficient and effective by not having all of the big tools. And so what Aspire Financial Services decided to do was be able to build their own tool sets that would compete with, quote unquote, the big boys, but provide those tools as a software as a service to small investment firms or independent advisors. And so they really saw an opportunity to give that small advisor an opportunity to compete with the big boys, be more effective in managing the investments, and also way more efficient in being able to run their operations and provide much better customer service as their clients can self-serve their own needs as opposed to have to call the advisor looking for updates. They'd have access to this portal too. So really it was, big brain thinking, how can we allow this unserved market to be able to serve like they're part of a big conglomerate, but still allow them to have their independence, was really what the digital transformation vision was. And so, they partner with Bayshore Solutions to really be able to pivot and really be able to build this new business, this new portal, this new website, all of these things. And as we went through the journey, this became such a big transformation. They actually decided to change their company name and change their URL. And what was once known as Aspire Financial Services now became known as Aspire Online. But when you really talk about a transformation, this wasn't just about bringing a piece of technology together. This wasn't just about getting people trained on new things. This transformation was so big. It was such a big component of who they were about to become. They decided to change the name of their company. They decided to change their website address from Aspire Financial Services to Aspire Online. That's how big this transformation meant to them and how much they really wanted to pivot and show their marketplace they were a new company and a new way to do business. And so much so they changed their name and changed their website address. Very risky things, but they felt it was such a significant transformation on the horizon. They wanted to take that risk and let people know they were that serious about the transformation that they were about to undertake. So here's really what we had to do. So the way they had this managed before is data was in all kinds of different places. They had 10 different websites that data existed in. So when you talk about efficiency, it's not easy to go pull reports if you have to go to multiple websites to be able to get that data. Try to consolidate it. It was 10 different websites. Very, very difficult. They wanted to also offer some innovative resources and tools to increase customer engagement. So with these 10 websites they had before, it really was just a place to collect data. But the vision of this new transformation is not only would the data be there, but also a bunch of like a resource library and some tool sets to be able to go out there and do some planning and things of that nature. They wanted to guide their user to a much better directed path, understanding who they are and what they needed to go see, and created a great user interface that really drove the content right to the people, very easy to find as opposed to dispersed across 10 websites prior. And then we created some internal sales portals so the company could communicate with its core audience groups. Each one had its own unique portal. And then with all of this complete, we wanted to position Aspire as the clear market leader in the smart retirement solution space. And so the new website became the core of the transformation. We leveraged Progress Sitefinity to build the new website and Kendo UI to build and design this great user experience. But it wasn't just the website. The website became the source of where the portals were. And everyone had their own microsite or portal where they could securely log into. And then continuing to leverage Kendo UI and Progress Sitefinity, they built these customized portals behind logins and passwords for everyone. And then with that, they really started to build some custom APIs to be able to push and pull data back and forth to give up-to-date and accurate information to anybody who had a login and password to their portal. And now their customer service team now had access to the same information and quickly could find the right answers on the same phone call and not have to take notes and call back or message back later, drastically changing their satisfaction level for their clients by being able to serve them all at the same time. And the website became a great marketing tool. We're going to see here in a few moments just what a great job it did. But if you recall, the goal of this was not only to do this digital transformation, but to be able to change the marketplace in the industry and acquire a significant amount of new customers, these third-party administrators, small financial services firms, independent advisors, get a bunch of them to subscribe, grow the business, and sell it 3 to 5 years down the road. And the website did a tremendous job in generating new opportunities to do that as well. And so what are those results? In the first quarter, website visits grew 193%. Their mobile experience, which was very limited before, became humongous, up 385%. The website delivered 111 more leads over the same period over the last year. All traffic grew 253%. When we talk about engagement, the duration grew 79%. So we knew that this experience we were creating was definitely engaging. And we saw people's bounce rate decrease 56%. So they're able to get into the website, find what they want, increase their time on site, increase the leads that were coming, and really, 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 really knocked it out of the park. Some other things that happened: the website won lots of awards, lots of great press for the firm. It won a 2014 Gold Addy. This is when the website launch was 2014, by the way. It won a couple of American Advertising Federation awards, a silver and a gold. It won 2 Horizon awards, gold and silver. But I think most importantly, their customer feedback was amazing. They just kept saying what a great experience it was. And interestingly enough, at industry conferences, the C-level group who had the vision to do this was getting their competitors to say things to them like, congratulations, you just set a new bar in the industry. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough to duplicate or surpass. But they consistently were hearing from their competition that what they did really was revolutionizing the industry. And it was a big bar for anyone else to try to finish. And they appreciated the effort and knew what probably the amount of effort that got into it, but certainly saw it was probably a great move and were very complimentary. And obviously that's a great validator to hear your competition speak so highly about what they saw you do. It also won the Progress Sitefinity Website of the Year in the banking category. So got lots of love from Progress Sitefinity. Progress doesn't bite on that. The Sitefinity user group does. And it was one winner of the 2016 financial services category. And it also made a video case study. Progress Sitefinity ran about a 2.5-minute video with myself and the Chief Marketing Officer of Aspire Financial Services. And this is still live on Progress's website today. It's still live on their YouTube channel today, but about a 2.5-minute video on what a great result this digital transformation was. And so I don't think Progress does that many of these, but they came to Tampa, Florida and recorded us and did a great case study on what a great success this digital transformation is. But I think the final success is this. If you remember, CIO Magazine says this starts at the boardroom. A group of investors, private equity company, came into Aspire Financial Services with a vision of digitally transforming this company. The solution launched in 2014, and less than 5 years later, Aspire Financial Services, now known as Aspire Online, found a new buyer in less than 5 years, and the company sold for more than 7.5 times what it was bought for in 2014, when a new private equity company came over and helped to take this digital transformation to the next level. But a 7.5 times increase in valuation 5 years later was certainly, I think, what this board of directors was looking to do in transforming this business. And fortunately, we had a great team at Aspire Financial Services, a great team at Bayshore Solutions, and a great partner with Progress Sitefinity that allowed this transformation to truly transform. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.